We mentioned earlier in the show, today is Earth Day. The day dedicated to our planet is celebrated in many different ways.
Yeah, that's right. And some groups in Duluth and Superior are organizing walks to help clean and pick up litter, and other organizations are hosting events all through the week to celebrate.
Yeah, and to tell us more about these celebrations is Northern News Now's Hannah Morgan. She joins us live in studio this morning. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning, guys. That's right. So Earth Day has been going on for 55 years now, and there are a lot of celebrations happening this week. I sat down with Eco3, who is a local nonprofit, to learn all about the events they're hosting and why they decided to turn it into a week-long celebration. It's Eco3's 5th annual Earth Week celebration, and events start tomorrow and go through Saturday. One event the organization is highlighting is their 3rd annual Eco Fest, where attendees can connect with local organizations, get involved, and learn about all the things Eco does. But Angela Johnson from Equilibrium said Earth Week is all about raising awareness to environmental issues and how to protect our planet. And for those who can't attend, she said one way to get involved is helping clean up litter.
I think just grabbing a bag, walking around your neighborhood, I think it's especially important, to do it with friends and family, make it a social thing, make it just a good family tradition.
And tomorrow they're hosting an event for members of the public to share their ideas on the future grocery store that's being built in Lincoln Park, as well as community health and wellness programs. And on Friday, they're hosting a sip and support Eco3 at Clyde Iron Works, where guests can sip on some craft beverages and learn more about their work at this open house style event. And then on Saturday, they're having a cleanup in Lincoln Park, and also on Saturday, they're hosting their Eco Fest at Clyde Iron Works. And this is just some of the events happening here in Duluth, and on Friday, a guest will join me in studio to tell me about how they're celebrating in Superior. Back to you, Tony.